Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope that you've been doing great, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button because I have a lot of tutorials coming out in the near future. So first thing you're going to need is your circular knitting sticks. I'm using one with a longish cord, and you're going to take the yarn of your choosing. So I'm using this yellow yarn. I'm going to go ahead and start making our loop and putting that on our knitting stick. Now for me, I kind of measured this prior to this video, so I know that 15 stitches is perfect for my hand area. So I'm going to cast on 15 stitches, and the loop that I put on my knitting stick, I do count that as a stitch. So I'm going to continue and cast on 14 more stitches. Once my stitches are cast on, I'm going to start by doing my first row, which is going to be of knit stitches. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your needle through your hook, wrap that yarn around and pull it through. And then you're going to do that again. So just a regular knit stitch for the first row of our piece here. So I'm going to show you again the knit stitch because it's quite a fast stitch, but once you get the hang of it, it goes really nice and smooth. So you're going to go in between that yarn, wrap that yarn around and pull it through that circle. Once you have completed your first row, you're going to turn your work around and you're going to realize that this row is mostly purls. So we're going to go ahead and do purl stitches for the whole of this row. So what that means is you're going to bring that yarn forward, wrap it around your hook and push it to the back. So I'll show you again, wrap it around and push it to the back. And that's how you do a purl stitch. Because if you do the front and the back of your piece as knit stitches, you'll realize that one side will have more purls and then the other side will have no purls, and that's why we alternate each row. Once you have completed your two panels and casted them off, I'm going to show you what we're going to do in order to make sure that our measurement is perfect for our hand shape so that we get the perfect fit. So you want to face the purl sides towards you and the knit sides away from you because we have to attach these pieces together from the inside. So what we're going to do is kind of line everything up, and we're going to have to measure where our thumb is going to go. Just kind of get like an eyeball of where it is going to be and kind of measure with our thumb where we're going to start crocheting. So once you found your spot, you're going to put your crochet hook through the both sides, and then you're going to grab your piece of yarn, wrap it around your hook and pull it through, and then you're going to just grab that yarn again and pull through once more, and that's kind of securing it for when we're going to start doing our slip stitches into the side to close off the side of our mittens here. So this is the stitch that we're going to do. We're going to go inside our yarn, wrap that yarn around, pull through everything and pull through again. So you're just going to do an extra little loop just to secure the both sides towards the end. You're going to take your scissors and snip it off and pull that yarn through. And now you can take a look at what you have done, and you can flip it the other way and just see how secure it is, and that's what we want. So for the next part of our tutorial is to just fasten the other side, but leaving a hole for our thumb area because that's the most important part of this piece, I'd say, and you just want to fasten the other side. Once you have completed that, you can turn it inside out and take a look at your work and see if everything fits and your thumb area feels comfortable for you. So for me, this was perfect, and woo, I felt warmer. It was really nice to have this kind of more warmth and protection around the wrist area, and it's really comfortable. And that's why I wanted to make this tutorial, because it's super cute. Once you have completed the mitten, I'm going to show you how to cast on with your sticks so that we can knit the thumb area. So you're going to weave your hook through the piece and wrap that yarn around and pull it through the yarn. Once you have completed your first cast on, you're literally going to complete that all the way around this area for our thumb piece so that we can start knitting it upwards. So you're going to go into that yarn, wrap that yarn around and pull it through. And you want to make sure that it feels comfortable, that you're not casting on too many stitches or too less. So just be cautious of that. Once you've casted on your stitches, I'm going to show you the next steps on what it can look like if you're using circular knitting sticks like me, so that you can comfortably knit in the round. But first, let's cast on. Once everything is casted on, I'm going to show you how to place your knitting stick so that we can get this started. So you're going to pull your circular knitting stick wire, and the stick farthest away from the string is going to be into the stitches, and the one closest to the string is going to be outside of the stitches. That's going to make it easier for you to kind of bend it and move it around. So just like this, I'm starting my knit stitch, and this is from underneath the thumb area so that it's not visible for when we're starting each new row. So you're just going to continue doing your knit stitches all the way around, and then I will show you again how to kind of turn your knitting sticks. When you're out of stitches and you need to put more on your knitting stick, you're going to continue that cycle. So you're going to pull that circular needle wire, make sure one side is through those stitches, and the stick closest to the string is going to be outside of the stitches like previous. Once you start completing a couple rows, you want to make sure that you're checking to see where it's going. This looks like I could do some decreases because it is quite wide and I want it a little bit more form-fitting. So now for the next row, I'm going to incorporate some decreases. Now for my first decrease row, I am going to do 3 regular knit stitches, and then I'm going to grab 2 stitches together, wrap that yarn around, and then I'm going to pull it through, and that is my first decrease. Now I'm going to continue that pattern, so 3 regular knit stitches, and then when I am ready, I am going to then do my 2 stitches together, and I'm going to do a regular knit stitch, and then that's my second decrease. So I'm going to do that for the whole of that row, and once I feel that it's fitting perfectly, then I can start focusing on what I'm going to do next. But that's what I'm going to do for the whole rest of this row until I get back to the point where I'm under my thumb area. Once I am there, it's time to do my casting off because I'm not going to do any more stitches. So I'm going to do a regular knit stitch, and then I'm going to take the first knit stitch and grab it over the second. So a regular knit stitch, once I have 2 of my yarn, grab the first one over the second, and that's how you cast off. You're going to snip that with your scissors, pull that yarn through, and then you have your beautiful mittens. The only thing is we have to tie in these loose strings, but first try it on, see if it's a great fit, and I absolutely love this fit. OMG. So now I'm just gonna go in and kind of tie all of my strings in with my crochet hook because it makes it much easier to just make sure everything is tied in properly, and it's definitely a small enough stick with this small enough thin yarn. So once I've completed that, you will see that you have these beautiful mittens that you can wear in the fall time, stay more cozy, stay more warm. This actually would be perfect if I was knitting outside because then my hands can stay a little bit warmer. And yeah, thank you so much for joining in on my tutorial. I hope that you guys had a blast just like me. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and see you later.